So this is analysis on GBP JPY. So right here, we swept right here, right? We swept this liquidity over here. You see this? We took this out and then we broke structure here, we broke structure right here, broke structure. And then we have another sweep right here. And then we broke structure again down here, right? So double break of structure makes it A plus, right? So now we look for liquidities that have not been taken out that want to get induced. We have all of this right here. This, 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 all this. And then my entry is going to be up here where the sweep happened, right here, up here, right? And then to be honest, I'm not 100% confident in this. That's why I didn't risk much. And I have my TPs like this. Otherwise, I literally
Yeah.
always let it run to full TP because I see this as well. Over here on the left, you see this, like, this hasn't been taken out, this hasn't been taken out, this hasn't been taken out, and then this hasn't been taken out. And over
What
here
do you
we have
mean by
another,
taking out?
like, it hasn't been
Like the
swept.
break?
It hasn't been swept.
Oh, okay.
Because you see
Okay.
how this sweeps this, like it wicks over it, like
Yeah, that
this.
makes sense. Yeah.
So I'm on it, like over here, I'll be risking a decent amount. Up here, I'll be risking a decent amount on this trade. And plus, it's a bank holiday.
Okay.
That's why you know, it's not much going on. Hold on.
Damn.
All right. But
Bro,
do you
that
get
ain't
this?
even anything crazy, bro. Yeah,
Huh?
bro. But like, uh, that I said that ain't even anything crazy, bro. But
What?
like, I have a question. Like, okay, what? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What about? Is that not a liquidity sweep there?
Where?
Fucking right beside your like take profit and stop loss on the left.
Right here?
You see like the yeah, like is that not a fucking liquidity sweep or
No.
liquidity grab?
No.
Why not? Why not?
Cause come on lower time frame. I mean, nah. A sweep is supposed to be something like this. Like you see how it wicks and then it just comes right down. And this
Like
like
speaks to earlier.
completely fell. This was giving long
Yeah,
entry right here. I was actually long
yeah.
on GJ and then I closed them out. I'm also still long in this trade. GBP trip. I'm still holding this. I took
Let me
partials, but
see.
hold on. Where's my fucking, yeah, look.
Oh, Swiss franc. What the fuck?
Yeah, look at this. This was A plus setup. Right here we broke structure and then we had our inducement right here. I marked this down May 11th and then
What is
it
inducement?
just tapped me on the 20th.
Oh shit.
And then right here we have a
Oh, this.
breaker block right here. Breaker block is a failed order block, so it looks something like this. Look. So let's say price is moving up, right? So right here, this area right here would be a bullish order block, right? But let's say
Yeah.
price comes, breaks it, right? There's a little pullback. This now becomes a breaker block. So let's say price is doing this. Hold on. Coming down, doing this. Price is going to eventually come take this pullback out. So it's going to come up to the breaker block and then sell off. It'll look something like this. Like you
So
might,
as soon as it breaks that breaker block, you just fucking short.
doesn't break it. It comes and takes the pullback after we broke
Well,
structure. So you
okay,
see this is the
that's fine.
pullback,
Yeah, yeah.
and then so
But
then you can enter at the breaker block with confirmation, or you know it depends. I sometimes set limits when I'm very confident, so I get sniper entry, and then you can target the low it made, right? Like that.
uh,
Does that make
3.8
sense?
RR.
I mean, don't look at the RR. This is just a scenario. It's usually like, look at this one, 15 RR.
Yeah, yeah.
I secured like 70% at 11 RR.
Damn.
So I'm just letting the rest run. For GU, we have a beautiful setup for GU coming. Let me show you the analysis. So right here we broke truck. I like using this indicator. It just makes things much easier for me. It shows me actual structural breaks of structure. Because people consider like the most stupid shit breaks of structure, right? Like we come in on here at the 5 minute. Like I see people online, like they consider this right here like a break of structure right here. for example, like this
I mean,
right here, they consider that a break of structure. It's not. It's not.
why wouldn't you though? Why wouldn't you?
Um, because it's just not. It is, but it's not. Like it's not a structural break of structure. I just use the indicator, it makes things 10 times easier. Because can I be honest, it is kind of difficult to spot like the actual structural ones. So just using the indicator makes it a million times easier. But you can also see them like on the higher time frame, it's much easier to actually spot. Like this is a clear break of structure right here. You see where it shows it? This is a clear break of structure on the higher time frame. And then we have our pullback, which is right here. Our pullback is the inducement, right? And then we come on the lower time frame to find our entry. I came to the 30 minute. I use closing prices. Closing prices, and this is where I kind of like this is where like I kind of made my own strat. I made it my own thing. Other people also use it, but this is a strategy called Alchemist, where they used closing prices as entry points. So you see how this is the breaker block right here. You see that?
Yeah,
And then and then my entry would be this close. I'm going to show you how it actually works. Look at here, and it works on every like you see this GJ trade. Look at my entry, the closing price. Look how it tapped it. You see this? Look how it taps and just melts. Isn't that crazy?
yeah,
I want to show you
yeah.
something
It is.
bizarre. I want to show you something absolutely bizarre to show you that this works on every time frame. Look at the monthly, right? You know the whole stock market crash? Remember we
Yeah,
had like the whole market crash? Look at this.
yeah.
Monthly chart, bro. Monthly chart. Monthly break of structure right here, right? Inducement, the pullback. And then we have our breaker block. Look at this entry. The monthly closing price of this candle. Look at this. Look. Is that not bizarre?
16. Damn, bro. What the fuck?
Is that not bizarre?
That is bizarre.
So you know what a closing price is, right?
Yeah,
Of a candle.
that's
So like a bullish one, the top is the
yeah,
closing price. For bearish, the
yeah,
bottom is the closing price.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That shit I know.
But is this not just fucking eye-opening, bro? Like the monthly chart, this shit works.
Yeah,
That shit's crazy.
but that's what TJR was talking about. Like a lot of the shit that you see that works on like 5 minute, 10 minute, whatever the fuck works also on monthly fucking
It works on every
price
time
shit.
frame. The higher the
Yeah,
time frame, the more like the stronger it is. High likelihood.
that's what he was saying. Yeah, fucking the the higher time frame matters more than like the
hmm
fucking 5 minute or
I
he
only
said
use
like
I don't trade the five. I only use 5 minute for entries. That's it. If I'm waiting for like a confirmation entry. But recently I've been setting limits more so I can get just smaller stops. So for here for GU, to be honest, I'm probably gonna extend my stop loss a little bit, like down here for like a 5 RR. It's not much, but I'm this is like A plus. Like I'm risking a lot on this trade because on the daily time frame, I also do see this like the daily closing price is down here. We could possibly tap that, and then 4 hour closing price is over here. So we could come a little lower. That's why I'm just bringing my stop loss down. But I have my your entry always has to be at the nearest POI. POI is our point of interest, which is breaker block or order block. That's why I'm using this in the 30 minute. So to be honest, like I'm still confident we're literally just gonna tap and then shoot up. But just in case, I'm extending my stop loss for this one. And then another thing you gotta
what's
know
your
is
RR on that?
what's the RR? It's not much. It's not
Not
much.
much.
It's like 5. But like what I would usually do, like let's say like that wasn't the case, I would bring my like I didn't see that daily closing price. I would have brought my stop like down here. Like I come to the lower time frame to smaller my stop losses. Like it'll be down here. Look at that, 9 to 10 RR. But just to be safe, because I'm very confident this is gonna play out. I'm just gonna bring my stop loss down. And and it also like depends on like what the market is, like how the market is. Like you don't know how many RR your setup is gonna be. It all depends on what the setup is. You know what I mean? Right, look at this. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful setup. I waited 2 weeks for this. Um, GJ. So let me show you UJ. You also always want to look at the higher time frame first, so you see where price is coming from, where is price going, right? You wanna find setups that align with the higher time frame. So That's why I'm looking. That's why I'm only looking. I was originally trying to buy GJ, and then I looked at the higher time
Yeah.
frame for UJ and all the JPYs. It wants to go short. It wants to go short. We're selling up, and I'll show you why.
Damn.
We come here, USD JPY. We come on the higher time frame. Let's go the weekly. Actually, let's not do weekly. Let's go daily. Um, yeah. To be, I'm only interested to buy when price comes down here. That's the only time I'm interested in. So I'm only looking for sells. We have this liquidity has not been. Actually, no, we just swept that. But these down here have not been swept. This down here has not been taken out. This is the reason why I'm looking for sells. I'm not confident in any buys. Um, let's come over here for GJ. I want to show you this. Come on, a 4 hour. Look, this is beautiful. So, like I said, where is price coming from? Where is price going? What does that mean? What liquidity has been swept and what liquidity is going to get swept, right? Right here, right? All of this trend line liquidity has to get taken out. Must. So look what price did. Came, took all of these guys out, all of this out, and then came and sold off. Took taking this out. And you see where it bought from? I actually bought over here. I posted on my Twitter. I bought when it was down here. I just closed it fucking early. I knew it was gonna come up here. I closed it early. But look at this. Where did price react from? So
Back there.
what price were buyers interested in that caused price to break structure? See how break structure, broke structure. From what level, like what, this is the logic, what price were buyers heavily interested in? And it was over here, this area right here. Look how price comes, taps it, and flies up. And now we can target this. See how we took it out?
Yeah. So we're about to get a huge sell now.
I want to say huge sell. I I still think like this has to be taken out up here. I don't know. This. I'm just gonna wait for the setup to form.
Okay, that shit hasn't even taken out yet.
What else? This was just bizarre. This was bizarre. How it comes taps this monthly closing price. Like literally taps it. Look how it goes like what? It went like $20 below. Went up like
Yeah.
what 5 pips and just flew up. Everyone was like, "Ooh, market crash, recession." Nope. Coming to take out this guy before buying. Just want to buy at a lower price.
Yeah. This fucking just crazy market manipulation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Um, what else? What else do you want to know, bro?
Fuck, bro. Oh yeah. What are ICT traders, bro?
I have no idea. I never watched
You have no
ICT.
idea.
I watched like one video back in like 2021. I was like, fuck that, dude. It made no sense. If you can't explain it simply, you don't know it. It's a pretty good saying.
That is a pretty good thing.
I don't know if what I'm saying to you is making sense,
It's
but
making sense, bro. Well, I mean, like, you're gonna record this shit, yeah?
yeah.
Like, I'd watch it back a few times,
hmm
but like, yeah, low key, it does make sense.
Like, let me show you examples, like how things would play out, right? Like, let's come over here. Um, let's say, hold on, get rid of this. Say market is coming down, right? Market's coming down.
Yeah,
Then we break structure to the upside right here, right?
yeah.
So what market would do is come do a pullback, right? We pull back and then we start just dancing around. Actually, no, hold on, I'll fix that. Dancing
More
around.
consolidation.
Hold on. Yeah, it's building liquidity, building orders. What price will
Until it
do is
taps that.
what price will do is come, take this out, and then buy at the
Okay.
breaker, and then you can target that like that.
Okay.
You have to make sure this has not been taken out though.
Okay.
And then comes right here, taps it, and then you can buy and target the high that it made. This is why like a lot of people they're like, oh, you gotta know how to take profits. You gotta secure profits. I understand that, I get that, but I wait fucking like weeks for setups. Sometimes setups happen fast, like I don't have to wait that long. But like when I'm waiting, like I know where price is going, right? This is like to be honest, I secured here 11 RR because it was just fucking being gay. It was being super gay. Um, this is my first target. These equal highs over here. Equal highs tend to get taken out easily, but like, I'm confident. Full 2B is gonna hit here. Let me show you another example. Let's go on gold. Why did gold buy, right? These all-time high buys, I was waiting for so long. You have not. Here, I'm gonna show you. I'm actually very salty because I switched my bias. I have no idea why. I was waiting for this. I can't even tell you how long I was waiting, and then I didn't take the trade. So I was indeed a saltine cracker. But look here, right? We broke structure. Our pullback is right here, right? And then also on the higher time frame, look at this trend that we're maintaining. You see that? So price is not going to come down here. If it does, then we're going to come down. But look at this inducement, our pullback, right? And then my entry, I had the entry at the daily breaker close. Look how it taps it and it just fucking flies up. See that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you could have done like something like this. You could have
Fuck,
marked
bro. But look, if you,
mark
yeah,
mark
okay,
that area, and then you want to wait for like a confirmation entry. Let's say you come here on the 15 minute. Honestly, I would have entered like off of this rejection doji. Enter long right here. Stop loss below, like down. I would have put the stop loss down there, and then target all time highs right here. Look at that 30 RR,
yeah.
30 RR. Dude, I was so salty I didn't take this because I was waiting for so long. I took this right here. Hold on, it's still running.
Fuck, bro. 30 RR, bro. If you
30
risk
RR.
something like $100, you make like 30 bands or 3 bands.
Yeah, if you risk $100, you make like, yeah, 3 bands.
3 bands, yeah.
I took this one over here. It's still running.
Uh,
This buy over here. I'm not sure where I bought. Somewhere around here. It's still running. It's gonna be like I think 18 RR or something like that. I'm still letting it run. I'm not closing that.
no.
But yeah. Let me show you other examples. Let's see. Um, yeah, like look at this. Look how we took this out over here. Right, we broke structure here. We took it out and then we went and bought up here. Like we could have entered right here. Enter long. Put your stop right here. You could have targeted this high. 9 RR. Look at that. I mean, since you know where price is going, you can honestly target the all-time high. But you don't know, like price could come down here and then do that. So it's good to just secure at the high it made, unless you're buying at like the absolute low, which is right here. That makes sense. Let me show you
That makes sense.
let me show you these sells I took. Oh my God, dude! Remember I told you that time the sells kind of got look at this. Before I went to sleep, I had like a $16 account. I'm salty I didn't do it on my main account. I turned my $16 account into what was it 800? I woke up to 800. Look, I set limits right here, right here. My stop loss is right here. My stop loss is right here, up here. And look at this. Look at that sell off. My target was actually it
Took
was
that?
huh?
You took that shit?
I
Fucking
secured I
G.
closed like over here. I'm kind of salty because I knew it was gonna come all the way lower. Um, I wanted to hold it down to 3201 and look how it played out. 60 RR. Look at that. Look how it came even lower. No, my bad. My target was 3166. That was my target. I didn't hold it there like a fucking retard. Look at this. 64 RR. Is that not
Holy
bizarre?
shit, bro.
And let me show you other entries we had, right? So let's say you missed that. It's okay, there's another entry right here. Um, Over here we have a breaker block, right? Right here. And then we look for confirmation, right? You could have used this doji as confirmation right here. This doji candle entered here, put your stop up there, and then you could have targeted that to be a safe TP. It says 6.5 RR. But since you know where market's going, you could target down here. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm waiting on this. It's gonna be a nice one.